What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. Coming at you with another review of Valerian. This is the Complete Collection, Volume 5. And again, the British do these spines upside down. Every British volume I have looks like this, from where you have to flip it to the opposite side for the spine here. But they came out with this a couple of years ago. This is in a book. And there's been another print run which was done in 2021, which has 7 volumes of this. And this is number 5, which gets us into the early 90s. It starts out with a sort of like analysis of Valerian and Laureline as heroes and like who they are as characters. Pretty neat stuff, with some gorgeous art, of course, to go with that. It talks about how the Circles of Power album actually inspired the Fifth Element for its designs, which we'll get into in just a second. Now, there are some stuff that it's like continuing stories going on right now. And we get the first one, On Frontiers, 88, Living Weapons in 90, and the Circles of Power is actually all the way up in 94. So there were some breaks that were taken over the course of this. I love the art. I love the space designs. It makes me happy to get into this. I just wish there was quality science fiction like this all the time. But Valerian and Laureline are at a point now where the Galaxity, where they worked for, is gone. It's disappeared from the future, which happened in Volume 4. There was some stuff about Volume 4 I didn't like in terms of how that got there, but it doesn't really play too much of an impact on here. So we start off with a casino sort of situation where this other temporal spatio agent shows up on Earth, where they're trapped in the late 20th century. And he's going to try to undo a bunch of events. And just gorgeous art as ever. I mean, it's just, at this point, it's pretty well established what we're looking at, and it's just perfection in comics, to be honest. Just everything's so dynamic, just a lot of fun all the way through here with wacky designs. And they have to thwart this guy from trying to change the future with some superpowers he has. Look at these cool. I just love the space designs, and so cool. You could stare at those for hours. The next one, the Living Weapons, is they take off, and their ship needs repairs, and they've got problems going on. You get some wacky, sort of stuff as they go through space here. And they end up on a planet, or I guess Valerian took a job to sell some sort of weapons type of thing, which ends up being a creature, to this warring tribe out here. And there's also a group of actors stranded on here who are caught in the middle of this, basically. And a lot of wacky stuff in this one. This one's pretty amusing. It's really meant to highlight the absurdities of war, with sort of the Cold War winding down at the time of this being made. Interesting stuff. Very cool. There's centaur creatures in this one, which are a really nice design. And we have... They eventually kind of give the creatures what they want in terms of their war, but also just kind of don't and take off in the middle of it. So very fun one also, as they run off to their ship and then kind of save the actor creatures and disappear and bring those actors back to Russia, incidentally. Pretty fun. All right, Circles of Power is the one that, as I mentioned, that design inspired the Fifth Element. This one actually has probably the coolest spatial design in here. And they end up in this town or city or whatever, where you've got creatures from the past, and here are the Rubanis. I think the Rubani is the planet that they're on. These are 3 creatures who are peddling information always, and these have been recurring over the past several volumes. And they come back, and this Colonel Tlok, I hope I pronounced that right. I don't know. Who knows? They're fantasy names. Has been a name that was referenced also because he sent Valerian on a mission a while back. And interesting that they're starting to bring stuff back and actually build a little continuity into this point. But they're trying to get money, basically, and They're trying to uncover the secret to this world of what's going on, because there's somebody behind the power, and they're hidden up in this realm. They're getting chased by somebody during the course of this. This is a very fun, action-packed one. You get nice flying car chases. Can't fault them for that. And here's the lady who's chasing them. Very cool design also. And eventually they discover what's going on there, blow up that seat of power, and that lady and the colonel are left to try to build their own power for their little city/planet, while Valerian and Laureline have funds again to get their ship fixed. And that pretty much wraps up the volume here. Cool use of colors through the course of this too. I always like that. Very fun stuff. I picked up again. I really didn't like Volume 4 as much. Just like there was a just yucky commentary in that one, which I wasn't a big fan of. And so it went through a little down spell in my opinion, but picked right back up again here to some of the best science fiction comics I've probably ever read. So I enjoyed Volume 5 immensely, and I look forward to seeing the next couple volumes of this. All right, this is a 9 out of 10 in my book, so I hope you will check it out. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll be back soon.